I just kind of lose myself in drawing for like a couple hours. It just gives you kind of a break, an escape, an outlet. You go slow enough for people to keep up with you. And I was able to finish it and it looked really good. And I was like, oh my gosh, maybe I can really do art. You are looking to learn to draw, even if you're a beginner and you've never picked up an Apple Pencil before or anything. So I would encourage anybody who has an interest in drawing that they definitely should sign up and give it a try. They definitely would not regret it.
Hey, Shauna, thank you so much for joining me today to share your story and to just, yeah, share with us how the heck did you go from October having line art, just kind of not really, you're a writer, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Um, yeah,
so
I write books kind of on the side, and I'm an accountant in my day job. But I've always just felt the need to be creative. But I've kind of come to a standstill with my books and haven't been writing a lot lately, and was looking for a creative outlet. So yeah, when I
yeah.
saw your ad come across my Facebook, I thought that looked perfect to jump into and try my hand at doing some drawing. So
Yeah, that's amazing. So that was like literally October. And for
yeah,
context, we are recording this in January. So that's only a handful of months. And in that
yes,
time, you went from basic line art drawing to now doing draw this in your style challenges and doing fully rendered artworks. And you're part of the Kawaii Drawing Club and you're doing the projects that we're doing. And it's just mind blowing to me. So I
well,
would
thank you.
really Yes, I'd love to just ask you a few questions of like, your experience and, in the hopes that that would inspire and motivate people who are watching this because you can do this 100%. We are all creative.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah. You said that you've come across my tutorials with an ad. So what was it that you were looking for at that time? So you kind of started to go into that, but give us more detail.
Yeah, well, I wasn't really even looking for a drawing class or tutorial or anything at that point in time. I was just like I said, just having kind of a hard time there for a few months, feeling, like I didn't have a way to really be creative. I didn't feel like doing my writing, just kind of having a block with that, I guess. And I just didn't really have anything going on that I could feel like I was being creative. And I wasn't looking for it, and it just showed up on my feed one day, and I was like, "Wow, I have a iPad laying around that's collecting dust I haven't touched in years, literally." And I thought, well, maybe that would be fun. It looks like those are kind of easy drawings. Maybe I could actually do that. So yeah, I just on a whim jumped in and signed up and started. And I've drawn every single day since October 29th. Even if it's just for 5 minutes, but most days it ends up being like an hour or something. But I've drawn every single day since then. And I can see, a little bit of progress every day, and it
Just
feels
a
good.
little
Yeah.
bit.
Just a little bit.
Amazing. Wow, that's fantastic. So what I hear you say is that in some way you were looking for a creative outlet. You just maybe didn't know it was drawing, but that's
Exactly.
where that's connected with your iPad and creativity.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So then after
Right.
the workshop that we did, you decided to join the Kawaii Drawing Club. And yeah, you've been drawing every day since then, which is like, wow, congrats.
Mhm.
So once you joined the club, like, first of all, what made you say yes to that? What made you say, like, yeah, I want to continue doing this?
I looked at, the drawings and stuff you guys were doing and the tutorials, the free ones and everything that you have out there. And I went through some of those free ones first, and I was like, well, this is really, it's easy for me to understand, and it's very straightforward, and it doesn't take a lot of time either. You don't have to devote hours or anything to it. you can finish a piece within, set time, like maybe 20, 30 minutes, and you feel accomplished that you've got something finished and you have, something you can look at and say, show people that you did or whatever, and feel good about it. And so after I did a few of those, I was like, yeah, I think, it's going to be worth investing a little bit of money every month that I would probably throw away on something else that is not going to give me as much, satisfaction. So I thought it'd be worth it. I thought, first I was like, well, if it doesn't work out, or, I mean, I have ADHD, so I go through a lot of hobbies, like, just, you get tired of something and move on to the next thing. I was like, well, I can always cancel or whatever if it's not going to work out. But I mean, I have no intention of canceling because I mean, it's great. I love it. I just kind of lose myself in drawing for like a couple of hours. You don't have to think about all the things going on in the world and in your life. And it just gives you kind of a break, an escape, an outlet. And it's been really fun. I'm enjoying it. So
I'm
yeah, I think
so
it's
happy to
definitely worth
hear.
it.
Yeah, yeah, that's amazing. And to be fair, you do put in the work and you do come to the live classes and you do the tutorials and you share the work and you get the feedback. So like you're putting in your part and we can see in every piece that you share, there's leaps and bounds of progress and just growth. And like I can see how what you said, like you lose yourself in your art, which is so awesome. At
Yeah,
which
thank you.
point did you say, yeah, at which point did you say to yourself, like, oh, this is kind of working. This is something I could do. Like, when was that moment for you?
Honestly, I think it was the when I did the tutorial for the ka kawaii feety kitty. Is that how you say it? Kawaii feety kitty.
Yeah.
Um, when I did that one, because it seemed kind of intimidating at first with the gradients and just how the end product looks. Like yours looks great, and it seemed kind of intimidating. I was like, okay, well, I want to try this one. I don't know, mine. It's probably not going to turn out anything like hers, but um once I did it, and like you give such great instruction on, step by step, like you don't go too fast for people to keep up. It's very you just give such great directions, and you go slow enough for people to keep up with you. And I was able to finish it and it looked really good. And I was like, oh my gosh, maybe I can really do art. Like I was kind of shocked because I wasn't expecting it to turn out very good. But I mean, I learned a lot from that tutorial, and I was pretty pleased with how it turned out. So yeah, that was probably the one.
That's awesome. Yeah, yeah, it's uh looks quite impressive and then the process, is actually like doable. Yeah,
Yes,
totally.
yeah,
I'm so glad that the steps are working and that the pace is good. Like that's really good to hear.
yeah.
So I know you're pretty new to drawing, and I imagine you've already been around and have seen other communities and tutorials. How do you find like our community is different at the Kawaii Drawing Club? If it is, and feel free to be totally honest. If it's not, like seriously, looking for honest feedback here.
Yeah, I mean, over the years, like I said, I wasn't looking for anything specifically, drawing recently, but over the years, because I drew a lot as a kid and stuff too, and I've dabbled over the years, like trying to get back into it, um, doing different things like watercolors and not really anything digital, but other communities, other classes I've tried, it just seems like they maybe move too fast for me, or they maybe assume that you know more than you do, or that you don't need as much instruction maybe as what you do as a beginner. And I kind of would start feeling left behind, and like I couldn't keep up with them. And so I would just give up on those mostly. And but this community, like I said before, your instructions, your videos are very well done, and the pace is great. You take breaks, you let people catch up, you let people ask questions. You're showing us exactly what you're doing. You're telling us, this, I'm using this brush, this size, this, just every single thing that you could possibly stumble upon and be like, oh my gosh, what did she, I don't know what brush we're supposed to use or whatever. You make it all clear. So it's really easy, really nice to keep up with. And the community is great because, like you said, I've been posting like every single day. People are probably getting tired of me because every single day, whatever I draw, I post it, and
They love
I.
it.
Oh, thank you. But I get a lot of feedback, which is nice. It makes you feel good and motivated to keep going when people are telling you that you're doing a good job. It looks good, and um, I've asked for feedback, gotten some really good feedback about things maybe I could do differently or that would help me. Tips in Procreate, things like that would help. Everybody's just super nice, have nothing but kind words to say, motivational. Um, it's just a great community. I love everybody there. It's awesome. So
Yay. That's great to hear. Yes, I love everybody there too.
yeah.
I'm with you on that one. Thanks. So now, like, you're at a certain level and so how do you feel now having this belief in yourself somewhat, and seeing certain results? How do you feel now that you're actually like starting to see some traction?
I feel motivated to keep going, and keep developing my skills and just see where I can go with it. I'm right now kind of working on developing a style for portraits. I'm pretty really interested in portraits right now. But as I said before, a lot of times with hobbies or things that I pick up after a week or two, I'm like, well, I'm not very good at this. I'm just gonna quit. I'm over it now. But I've stuck with this since October, and I feel very encouraged and motivated to keep going. And I still want to draw every single day. It doesn't seem like a chore. Like sometimes things can start to feel like, I have to do that. I don't really feel like it. But it hasn't started feeling that way at all for me. So I'm just really excited to keep learning and see what happens. I mean, I don't know. It would be nice to eventually one day make money with it, but I don't know if that's going to happen for me or not. But yeah, I'm just really encouraged and want to keep going and see what happens.
Yeah, follow the bliss, totally. And this is the thing of like the community keeps bringing you back. It's
Yeah.
motivating when there are friends like that will celebrate what you're doing. And like, I'm in your inbox every week. So you
Right.
won't like forget about it. So yes, yeah, that's really cool. Well, I'm excited to see where this goes. No pressure, no expectations, but it's exciting, it's
Yeah.
creative.
Yeah, it
So
is.
yeah. If you met someone who is considering joining our community, what would you tell them?
I would tell them don't hesitate. I mean, just sign up. It's amazing. They definitely would not regret it. If if you are looking to learn to draw, even if you're a beginner and you've never picked up an Apple Pencil before or anything, um, it's fine. I mean, you start exactly where you meet us where we're at. Like if we're super beginner, you you start out very basic and it's not a problem at all. So I would encourage anybody who has an interest in drawing, especially cute little kawaii um, pictures or drawings, that they definitely should sign up and give it a try. So I mean, I love it. So
Oh, beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. Appreciate it. Well, it's great to hear your story. It's great to, look forward to what's next. And I just also really appreciate your time and you being here today to tell us all these things. So thank you so much.
yeah, no problem, no problem at all. Thank you for having me.